Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me today. Today's speech is not just another motivational talk. It's a wake-up call. It's a deep dive into the real reasons why so many people, maybe even you, are not achieving the goals they set for themselves. Whether it's starting a business, losing weight, building a brand, or mastering a skill, the reasons people fail are often not external. They're internal. And here's the truth: you are capable of more. You are stronger, smarter, and more powerful than you've allowed yourself to believe. But believing isn't enough. Wanting isn't enough. Watching this video isn't enough. What is enough? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. By the end of this speech, I promise, if you really listen, if you really absorb these words, you'll walk away not only with clarity, but with purpose, direction, and fire in your soul. Let's begin. Most people fail before they even start because they don't know what they truly want. You say you want success. But what does success look like to you? What does it feel like? If your goals are vague, your actions will be vague. And vague actions create vague results, or worse, no results at all. You must have a crystal clear vision. Not just a goal, but a vivid image in your mind of the life you're trying to build. Without vision, you're like a ship with no destination, just drifting in open waters. You think you have a goal, but do you really have a vision? Let's pause and understand the difference. A goal might be, I want to be successful. But a vision? That's the movie that plays in your mind, vividly, specifically, emotionally, about who you are, where you're going, and why it matters. People don't achieve their goals because they confuse a vague wish with a real vision. Waking up every morning without a picture in your mind of the life you want to create is like setting sail without a destination. You drift. You repeat the same day over and over and call it hustling, but you're going nowhere. When Steve Jobs envisioned Apple, he didn't say, let's make cool tech. No, he had a vision to put powerful tools into the hands of everyday people, to change how they interacted with the world. That vision pulled him through sleepless nights, failure, criticism, and setbacks. Clarity creates energy. When you know exactly where you're going, your brain eliminates distractions. Your heart finds fuel. Your feet gain speed. Your schedule becomes sacred. Without a vision, your effort becomes scattered. With a vision, your energy becomes a laser. Ask yourself right now, can you close your eyes and see your future clearly? Not just what it looks like, but how it feels, who's around you, what values you live by. If not, that's the first reason you're not achieving your goals yet. If you're waiting to feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. Motivation is fleeting. It's a spark, not fuel. Discipline is what you need. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. There are days you'll feel tired. You'll feel uninspired. That's when the real work begins. Because anyone can work when it's easy. Champions work when it's hard. We live in a world where patience is considered old-fashioned. We want fast results, fast food, fast fame, fast everything. The dopamine hits we get from likes, reels, validation, and scrolling, they trick our brain into thinking we're making progress when in reality, we're only pacifying our hunger for real growth. And that's the trap. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you're training your mind to settle for less. You're telling your inner potential, you don't matter enough. This temporary hit is more important. Do you know why most people quit after a week of going to the gym? It's because they don't see abs right away. They don't understand that compound effort takes time. That results lag behind discipline. Your goals are buried under a mountain of small, invisible efforts. Skipping one temptation. Showing up when it's hard. Delaying gratification over and over again, until your habits turn into results. The truth is, you will either suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And the pain of regret? That lasts forever. So if you're not achieving your goals, ask yourself, where in your life are you choosing now over later? Where are you sacrificing your long-term greatness for short-term pleasure? Because until you master your appetite for ease, your goals will stay locked behind your comfort zone. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Who you surround yourself with matters more than you think. Are your friends building you up or tearing you down? Are they helping you grow, or keeping you comfortable? Success is contagious. But so is mediocrity. Be very careful who you allow to influence your energy, your time, your habits. Motivation is powerful, but it's also temporary. It fades, it dies, it flickers. You watch an inspiring video, feel hyped up, and think, now I'll finally change. But by the next morning, you're back to old routines. Why? Because your systems are stronger than your emotions. Let's make one thing clear. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Motivation might get you started, but systems keep you consistent. They are the daily rituals, the routines, the habits, the calendars, the alarms, the structure, all designed to make your success inevitable. Think of an Olympic athlete. They don't rely on motivation to wake up at 5 a.m. and train. They've built systems, structured sleep, nutrition plans, rest days, coaching routines that shape their performance. If you want to write a book, don't just wait for inspiration. Build a system. Set writing hours. Set word count targets. Design your environment so distraction is minimized. If you want to build wealth, don't just hope for money. Build financial systems. Automatic savings, budgeting, investing. Motivation is sexy. Systems are boring. But systems succeed long after the motivation disappears. If you're not achieving your goals, maybe it's not because you're lazy. It's because you're trying to wing it in a world that rewards discipline. The fear of failure paralyzes more dreams than failure itself. You're afraid to look stupid. You're afraid to try and fall short. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every champion has scars. Every legend has losses. You only fail when you stop trying. Let's get real. You don't just fear failure, you fear being seen failing. You fear judgment. You fear what your friends will say if your business doesn't work. You fear what social media will think if your channel gets 10 views. You fear being laughed at more than you fear staying stuck. And that fear is paralyzing. But understand this, every person you admire has failed publicly. Repeatedly. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter changed literature. Elon Musk had rockets explode in front of the world. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for TV. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the path to success. The most dangerous thing you can do is live your whole life trying to avoid looking stupid. Because in doing so, you also avoid taking risks, trying new things, pushing your limits, growing. You must make peace with being a beginner. With being seen starting small. With making mistakes. Because in the end, the only people who will laugh at your failures are the ones too afraid to try. Your fear of looking foolish is costing you your future. You say you want it, but how badly? Are you doing everything it takes? Or are you doing just enough to feel busy? There's a big difference between motion and progress. Sending emails, watching tutorials, reading books. These are preparation, not action. Massive action means stepping out of your comfort zone. Making the call. Posting the content. Investing in yourself. Getting uncomfortable. Here's a hard truth. Most people don't fail because they chose the wrong path. They fail because they didn't stay on any path long enough. You start something. You're excited. You feel momentum. But then it gets hard. Gets boring. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't pay immediately. It doesn't give you validation fast enough. So what do? You pivot. You jump ship. You chase a new idea, a new trend, a new shortcut. Again and again. And every time you do, you reset your progress to zero. This is what's killing your goals. You're not lacking potential. You're lacking commitment. You're not underskilled, you're underfocused. You're building 10 10-foot wells instead of one 100-foot well that could actually reach water. People talk about consistency all the time, but they miss the deeper message. Consistency only works if you're consistently moving in the same direction. Think of compound interest, not just financially but in anything. Relationships, fitness, business, creativity. It only pays off when you let time and effort build on top of each other. You can't microwave mastery. You can't binge build a dream. And you sure as hell can't expect transformation when your discipline only lasts 3 weeks at a time. The question is not, are you trying hard? The question is, are you staying long enough to reap what you've planted? Because if you're constantly resetting your strategy, your dream will forever stay in the planning phase. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your habits shape your results. If you're not tracking your sleep, your diet, your hours of work, your content output, your practice time, how will you know if you're improving? What gets measured gets managed. This one stings. But it's where most people get stuck, permanently. You say you want success, but the moment life hits back, what do? You point fingers. You make excuses. You blame the economy, your parents, your boss, your background, your trauma, your past. And some of those things are unfair, yes. But here's the truth that separates winners from victims. You are not responsible for your wounds, but you are responsible for your healing. You are not responsible for the hand you were dealt, but you are responsible for how you play it. No one is coming to save you. Not your mentor. Not your partner. Not a lucky break. Not a perfect moment. You are the CEO of your life. And until you take radical ownership of your results, both the good and the bad, you will always stay at the mercy of things you can't control. Look in the mirror and ask, are you doing everything you can, or are you doing what's convenient? Are you owning your mornings, your habits, your energy, or are you drifting through them? This isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about reclaiming your power. Blame feels good in the moment, but it chains you to the very thing you're trying to escape. Responsibility is hard, but it's the first step to true freedom. A real decision means cutting off all other options. A real decision is not, I'll try. It's not, I'll see how it goes. It's, I will. There's a fire in that kind of decision. A power that fuels action. When you decide to commit fully, the universe starts to respond. Doors open. Opportunities appear. Because you're finally aligned. Let's stop glorifying balance for a moment and talk about the one thing high achievers do that average people avoid. They commit with obsession. Not casual interest. Not part-time passion. Not, I'll try this when I'm not too tired. No, they burn the boats. They commit so deeply that failure is not an option. It becomes a detour, not a dead end. If you're not where you want to be, chances are you're still treating your dream like a side hobby. You show up when you feel good. You work hard until it's uncomfortable. You want success, but only if it doesn't cost your weekends, your comfort, your image. But greatness has a price. It demands sacrifice. It demands obsession. It demands a mindset that says, I will do this, or I will die trying. You look at Kobe Bryant? Obsession. You look at Elon Musk? Obsession. You look at Serena Williams? Obsession. They weren't hoping it might happen. They made it happen, because they gave everything. Your dream needs that level of energy, because the world isn't going to hand it to you. You have to force your way into the life you want with relentless focus. You don't need more time. You need more intensity. You don't need more luck. You need more consistency. You don't need a new opportunity. You need a new level of commitment. The reason you're not achieving your goals isn't because they're too big. It's because your level of obsession is too small. You've listened to the truth. Now you have two choices. 1, you can close this video and go back to your old patterns. Or 2, you can let these words change you. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. If you want more from life, start giving more of yourself. Stop wishing. Stop waiting. Start doing. Start becoming. The best version of yourself is waiting, but it's on you to meet them. So ask yourself one final question. How bad do you want it? Because if you really want it, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Now take a moment, close your eyes. Picture the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of becoming. What does that person do every day? What time do they wake up? How do they walk, talk, think? That person isn't far from you. They are you, with consistent action, belief, and unwavering discipline. Remember, you are the author of your life. No one else is going to write this story for you. Stop handing the pen to fear. Stop handing it to doubt. It's time to write a new chapter, one of strength, focus, and massive achievement. You weren't born to be average. You were born to be great. So stand tall. Speak boldly. Act decisively. This is your time. This is your life. Make it count. So now you know. You know why you're not achieving your goals. Not because you're broken. Not because you're unlucky. Not because success is only for special people. But because you've been holding back. You've been waiting. You've been delaying your power, postponing your greatness, outsourcing your destiny to motivation, excuses, and fear. But no more. This is your wake-up call. Right here. Right now. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. All you need is to decide, who are you going to be from this moment forward? Will you keep living like the future doesn't matter? Or will you rise and build the future no one believes you can? Will you keep hiding from discomfort? Or will you run toward it like it's your training ground? Will you let fear define you? Or will you let purpose refine you? You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too far behind. What you are is capable, more than you realize. What you are is powerful, if you stop waiting and start acting. What you are is ready, if you stop saying someday and make today the day. Your goals are waiting. Your future is watching. And your time? It's now. Get up. Lock in. And go build the life that no one thought you could. Let's go build the life you truly deserve.